Hello and welcome everybody to Edukemy's YouTube channel. Mic check, yes. Hello and welcome back to Edukemy's YouTube channel. My name is Harsh Singh and in this video we shall discuss the feature news for today, which is on the digital currency assets which have now been taxed by the government. This is what has been declared in the budget document along with the speech of the finance minister. So we will understand in this feature news for today what is a digital currency, what is the difference between an electronic currency and central bank digital currency CBDC, and how is it different from cryptocurrencies. What are the issues, advantages with each of them? How do they compare when we talk of transactions between these kind of currencies or between commodities and these currencies? What is the way forward in a situation like this? This is the feature news for 9th of February 2022. And before we begin, let me kindly welcome all of the participants here, people who have helped us to reach this milestone of 1 lakh. Thank you for all of you. Thank you to all of you. Netra, Hima, Ashish, Kriti, Tiasha, Lost Soul, Hima, Vakram, Babani, all of you, Sam, each of you. Thank you for participation. Let's begin this conversation. Now, there have been times when the government of India or governments anywhere would use the currencies which would have some intrinsic value. Intrinsic value. Yeah. The spelling for intrinsic is intrinsic value. So if there is a gold coin, this gold coin would amount to the actual amount that would be used to purchase or sell this gold. Absolutely true. This is the intrinsic value of the coin. It should be sold at the same rate. Similarly, if 1 rupee coin has been created with some amalgamation of metals in it, the intrinsic value, the amount that has been incorporated, should be close or equal to 1 rupee. That is why it becomes an item of exchange. So this was the first kind of currency that was created. The second kind of currency later, which translated from this, was the fiat currency. What is the fiat currency? Fiat currency is that currency which does not have the same intrinsic value as that of the material used there. So if you have a note of rupees 2000 in your pocket, quite rich you guys, it doesn't mean that 2000 rupees was used to create that particular entity. This is fiat currency. It will have tangible value. It will be a tender, legal tender. It can be exchanged. Government has authorized this. Government might even tax these transactions. But 2000 rupees would not be used to create this 2000 rupee note, right? So this would be fiat currency. After this comes, we are using fiat currency. We have used coins also previously. All of them have been active. Gold has been active as a coin, and so has been a 1 rupee coin. Later, fiat currency also became active. It's there with many of us, each of us. And then we have the electronic currency, right? Digital age electronic currency. What is electronic currency? This is the currency that can be exchanged online. We do not even need to have a fiat currency for this. No tangible good. This just means transacting over online mechanisms. And the value of these goods will remain same. Value of the transaction will remain same. If you want to transfer 10,000 rupees, it will be as same as passing on 5 2000 rupee note, right? Online transaction. These are called as the electronic currencies, right? So when you pass on 10,000 rupees on Paytm, electronic transactions, faster than before, right? Easier than before. The amount used for government to create that entity, that 2000 rupee note, that also would not be taken in this, So it is advantages in many ways, right? This is electronic currency that we're talking of. But in this electronic currency also, there are various segments. Digital currency, these are replaceable words, digital currency and online and electronic currencies. One of them is central bank digital currencies. The other one is cryptocurrencies. And the third one is the traditional digital currency, electronic currency that I'm speaking of, whatever is available in your Paytm wallets or Google Pay or Phone Pay accounts or Bheem, right? All of them. So these are the traditional electronic currency that I'm speaking of. We also have crypto and central bank digital currency. So let us quickly understand the difference between each of them. Electronic currencies, right? They can be They can be understood by the government if the transaction is happening. Absolutely true. Government can understand the transactions here. Can the government understand all the transactions in crypto? No, government cannot, because the accounts, bank accounts, are linked with each other, and they are linked with our PAN card, our PAN numbers. This is the reason that the government can trace the electronic currency exchanges, receipts, and it can tax. Cryptos are encrypted, they are anonymous, they are not taxed. As of now, they have not been under the tax bracket, and government has not been able to trace them. Government says that it will create a new kind of currency, online digital currency, called as CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. This will be regulated by RBI, India's central bank. Along with that, this will have all the features of cryptocurrencies as well. However, it will be well regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. This is the prime difference between each of them. What is happening these days is that there is a huge boom in the cryptocurrency market. Why is it so? It is because of the advantages of cryptocurrency. It has got immense advantages. First of all, anonymous transactions. Second of all, untaxed. Third, speed of transactions. One does not have to go through BIS settlements in international transactions. Crypto exchanges can happen very fast. Fourth of all, illegal. Anonymous does not all the time mean illegal, but at times it might mean illegal kind of transactions also. Many advantages for crypto, and that is why it is being accepted around the world. This also talks about the liberalized era of the world, no? Not illegal, but liberalized era of the world, where people don't want to be under the regulation of taxation, government. But the government is concerned, on the other hand, at multiple fronts. First front is, every government maintains itself through sources of taxation. If all the cryptocurrencies are not being taxed, how will the government be able to take in the revenues? This is one. If I am being paid in cryptocurrencies, if you are being paid in cryptocurrencies, government might not even come to know about taxation. So taxation reduction, this is one concern for the government. The second of all is that if government is not able to regulate cryptocurrencies, which it is not, how will the government able to handle how will it be able to handle the level of inflation in the country, right? It usually handles inflation through maintaining the repo rate, reverse repo rate, open market operations, all of them. But then, is it able to control cryptocurrencies? No, it is not. And this is the reason that government says that we want to create a currency, online currency, which has got features of cryptocurrency, so that we can exploit this technology as well. Blockchain technology. On the other hand, we want to regulate it also, right? Cryptocurrencies also, see huge volumes of transactions. Sometimes the prices are very volatile. Right now, the prices I checked for Bitcoin is around $42,000. For Ethereum is $3,100, right? But they keep fluctuating, right? Prices for Ethereum has escalated in the last 2 years from $200 per Ethereum to $3,100 to $4,500. That's what it went to. So the prices are very volatile. Government says we would like the prices to rise, but in tandem with the fiat currency assets. That is why fiat are important, because they will be pegged. The fiat currency will be pegged with the central bank digital currency. As the Indian rupee value rises, the value of central bank digital currency also will rise. Government will keep a taxation level of it. And there's another concern, that of the illegal transactions and a lot of payments which are unauthorized, which are aiding terrorism, counterfeit drugs, mobilization of the women and children in human trafficking, narcotics, and illegal activities. All of them are getting paid through. Many of them are getting paid through cryptocurrencies also. This was seen in many of the computer hacking attacks also. All the payments were made in cryptos, and this is the reason the government is eyeing. Not only Indian government, governments around the whole world are eyeing this. So government of China, USA, India, all the bigger economies, they're concerned about this, even the smaller ones, right? But the economies which are dependent on US currencies, for example, El Salvador, a country in the Central American region, these countries are so small that their own currency is not as strong or not as powerful. So transactions happen in dollar. Afghanistan, transactions are, dollar is the most welcome currency here. So if you are using dollar as a currency, you might as well use cryptocurrencies, no problem. So many of these countries have said we will accept crypto. El Salvador also, started accepting this. Now many of the countries, for example, Singapore, UK, USA, right, even Japan, many of these countries have started to accept payments provided they are declared by the individuals. India also later came up with this move now. Earlier India said it is illegal, and the government also asked banks that the bank should not be transacting anything that relates to the cryptocurrencies. So for example, if I want to participate in crypto market, what I have to do is, if I have got certain rupees in my State Bank of India account, SBI account, this has to be transferred to a crypto exchange. For example, WazirX and CoinDesk, other of them, crypto exchanges in India. They will convert my rupees into the dollars. They'll help me convert, and after that they will help me purchase of the 9,000 crypto coins, any of them that I want to, right? Now government said that these organizations, bank organizations, intermediaries, all of them, they should not be participating in crypto because they are illegal assets. This was the government's move first time. Later on, Supreme Court said that one cannot restrict the individuals doing the kind of business they want to indulge in. So many of the organizations started to again, function and then, help in transacting the crypto money. So this is the quick background to it. Another background to it is how crypto started. Cryptocurrency started as a proposal in the aftermath of 2008 financial crisis. This happened because of inflation of the value of money. No, the actual value of money was not much, but it got inflated in the market. So people were discussing online on what could be done. So somebody proposed having a cryptocurrency, a digital currency which should be transacted online itself. And a person with a name, online name could be different, no? A person with a specific name, right? What was the name? What was the name? Japanese name, said to be Japanese name, SN. So this gentleman or lady, it was never found whether that person existed or not, but they had this online presence by this name. They proposed the idea of this digital currency and of having a cryptocurrency. This is how CRYPTO, cryptocurrency. So this is what they proposed. The proposal was such that the transactions would be done online at a decentralized level, not as a centralized level. When the discussion was happening, they said that a currency should be formed which should not be regulated by the government, right? So even in that case, there has to be a central agency which should be able to regulate the movement of the currency. And if it is able to regulate, then why not the government itself? This was the question. So then they said, then let us decentralize the regulation of this. How to decentralize? They said, let us have a network, a crypto network of the organizations here. Let us have a network of these organizations, and they should be network over internet. They should be the one authenticating every move. For example, whenever the money is transacted in the general parlance, there are three parties. One, the sender, the other one is receiver, and then there is a third party, which is usually the central bank of the country, RBI. It is the one which approves the transaction. In this case, they said if the government only has to approve, then we are under the same model. Let us have a model in which the approver is the network itself, network and internet. And who can be the one who can be doing this network business? Any of us. We all can participate in this, and we will be the one which will be approving every transaction. So when I want to purchase as a sender, I want to send money and purchase, say, shoes online. So I will send this money, and somebody else will receive the money here, but the network of operators here, they will be the one which will be approving my transaction, and it will be recorded on a decentralized encrypted ledger. What is a ledger? So ledger is the one in which all the transactions are stored, right? A decentralized encrypted ledger, right? So how do they authenticate the transactions? They will perform some complex mathematical equations, and through this performance they will be spending some energy. This energy will also be utilized in authenticating the transactions. When the transaction is authenticated, it will be placed in the decentralized ledger that yes, this transaction is authentic and it can be executed. It is placed on the ledger. It is also encrypted. Not it, although it is placed in the public domain, it is encrypted, and only people with high-powered computers can do this kind of activity. This kind of activity is called as mining, authenticating the transactions in the process, doing the complex mathematical equations. It requires energy, it requires high-powered computer. What do the people receive in return? They will receive certain bits of Bitcoin itself, right? So this is the advantage to it. Now, Bitcoin mining is a challenge for many because of climate change, right? Because many countries, they are using huge power for Bitcoin mining, and this causes impact in climate change, especially during the times when people are not able to use energy. India is one of the economies which is very laid back here, but yes, Indians are fast when we talk of transacting in Bitcoins, not the Bitcoin mining, but the transacting in Bitcoins. So this is the complete understanding of Bitcoin, right? I've explained the medium of exchange, the encryption that has been done in mining, the digital format of the currency, why it was used. They wanted lesser government interference. People wanted that people should only be able to manage it. And the only issue was the issue of recognition of these kind of currencies. Recognition was not met. It is still not met. But now the government of India has said we will tax it at 30%. Even if it has been received by a person as a gift, this will be taxed, right? Even if you want to pass on this asset, so they'll be taxed, deducted at source at 1%. So this is how government says that they will be taxing Bitcoins and NFTs as well, non-fungible tokens. These are another form of transactions. We have covered this in terms once. I think I will have to explain to you what NFT are. For example, I have created this piece of art, right? A beautiful art, and this is like a modern art. And I also sang a song, right? I sang a song and it is placed online. Now what happens is that right now there are medium which are available through which I can I can put it online and sell it across, and people will be able to receive both of them, right? But then they can also be duplicated, right? Or the same thing can be sold illegally online, right? So it can be downloaded illegally and then it can be sold illegally. Now what is happening is that the whole online structure has been built in a way that they all will be available under a set. For example, Ghana.com, for example, Spotify.com. They are the ones which will purchase these assets as digital assets, and I, as a purchaser of or a person utilizing these assets, I will get these assets, I will pay for them. So I will pay in rupees for them, and the original person who has created this content, they will be paid a sum of money in lieu of the number of views or number of listening of these kind of audios. So non-fungible tokens, right? NFTs will be issued to the person who is the actual creator of this. So through this, the people who have created some creative content, they will be able to get the right benefit or the right monetary incentive for their creation, right? So for all these kind of transactions, the government is going to tax them, right, in financial dealings. So this is it. Now, do remember the word cryptocurrency, crypto. This is encrypted. This is available in the public domain, unlike the Reserve Bank currency, which is not available in the public domain for everybody to use, but it is available in the public domain, but it is encrypted, right? It has to be worked upon by mining, and through this mining, one will be able to authenticate the transactions of the government, of the private agencies, and they will also in turn receive some cryptocurrency, some bitcoins, right? On the other hand, the government says that we will start releasing stable coins, right? Stable coins, the same name, central bank digital currency, they will be less volatile, risky in the market. So this is a quick current update about it, right? This is what we have on the lines of what we have covered here. So this is about the rate of transaction that the government has said 30% and 1% of taxation, digital currency available only in digital or electronic format, right? They do not have physical attributes. We will have them in electronic or computer wallets. This is the update from it. The difference between cryptocurrencies and digital currencies. Oh, we did have a question in the main examination this time, no? On crypto. Yes, we did have a question in the main examination. Why? Simple question tha. It was a simple question fairly. Oh yes, thank you for mentioning this. The name is Satoshi Nakamoto. Thank you, Kriti and Netra. Very good. I appreciate the kind of knowledge that you have derived over time. Great. So what about the kind of differences? So first is that digital currency is in electronic format and can be used for contactless transactions. Cryptocurrency is secured by encryption, right? So digital currency is not encrypted, but cryptocurrency is encrypted. This is one. The second one is digital currencies are regulated by central bank. Cryptocurrency is not regulated by anybody. It is authenticated by the network of operators, right? Stability, cryptocurrencies are more volatile. Digital currencies are pegged with the fiat currency, so more stable. Digital currencies, how do we know about the transactions? There is a public ledger, encrypted public ledger, but there is a approver, that is the Reserve Bank or central bank of the government, right? Passwords, cryptocurrencies are protected, but the digital currencies are not protected in that way. They are passwords. And yes, cases of hacking of crypto assets have also happened, right? Hacking of crypto assets have happened when our own account, our own app is hacked, right? So this is another issue that deals with cryptocurrency along with energy issues, autonomy, regulation by the central government, all of them, right? So types of digital currencies: cryptocurrencies, virtual currencies, and central bank digital currencies, right? So this is what is the level of segregation of digital currencies that we have right now. The benefits of using these currencies: regulation and monitoring, leverage in cross-border transactions, fast transactions, low-cost transactions. This is the benefit to people, right? So if I need to explain to you fast transactions, this is faster than the regular online transactions because it does not need the authentication of intergovernmental bodies. If India wants to transact money with France, an Indian with a French national in France, then both of their central governments will be a part of it. Also, BIS based in Switzerland will also become a party of this because international transactions are regulated through BIS norms. So this becomes a faster level of transaction. This will be a low cost transaction because see, creation of notes, toiling of notes, all those are not part of it. Low cost transactions in the long run. Then regulation and monitoring by the central government, hence taxation, leveraging in cross-border transactions. If regulated by the government, this can become even better. India can lead by leveraging digital rupee, especially in other countries. This is where India gets that edge, right? When India is creating a digital ecosystem, India's financial technology can take that lead. So we are talking of digital rupee right now. We are not talking of the central bank digital currency. We are not talking of the encrypted blockchain technology, right? Blockchain technology, there are people who are building this around the world. 9,000 currencies do exist. This is not that India cannot create it, but yes, India has the power of digital currency in terms of the regular digital currencies, all right? Advantages here, issues related with central bank digital currency. The first issue is that nobody will purchase it because when they receive cryptos which have high value assets, right, their value escalates in a short period of time, trading. So people would definitely prefer that. So this is one problem with the central bank digital currency. User adoption therefore will be low, right? Their escalation in value will be less. People are used to seeing, I have a friend, he invested 700 rupees as two partners, 350 rupees each. And they invested in Dogecoin, and imagine the value that it took. It was invested 3 years back, and now the value of Dogecoin, not now, but at a point it was 7 lakh rupees. 700 rupees converted to 7 lakh rupees, 1,000 times growth. They did not only invest 700 rupees, they invested total 25,000 rupees, both of them together. And they invested in various crypto coins, maybe 30-40 of them. Some of them grew like enormous, some of them didn't grow. So there is immense fluctuation, and this 7 lakh has now become 80,000 or something right now. 80,000 right now, but 700 converted to 80,000 again, 100 times. Imagine that. When people are used to this kind of growth or fluctuation, people would not want to invest in central bank digital currency, which is moving at a very, very slow snail pace rate, right? Also, these kind of digital currencies will require huge storage infrastructures. People who want to mine, they need to have a very, very heavy setup of computers. i5 processors, i7, i9 won't work. Although these are the fast processors or personal computers, but this won't work. We need integrated system of computers, enormous power consumption, and this is how it can be mined, right? They are also susceptible to hacking in some or the other ways. Our currency wallets can be hacked, right? Our phones can altogether be hacked. So this is the issue with digital currencies. What does the future hold for digital currencies? So although India had its reservation earlier, but now India says they will tax them, and India also has declared that India will create the CBDC, central bank digital currency, right? Because of its inherent advantages, right? If the transaction is decentralized, then there are immense ways in which it can be utilized in various kind of projects. All right. So largely right now what the government is looking at is transactions and the legality of it. Slowly and steadily they will get into the creative side of it. 10% of the people who are transacting bitcoins are Indians. 10% of them around the world, right? So this is what we studied today. Digital currencies revolutionize the banking ecosystem. Elaborate. So what did we study today? We understood digital currency. What are the various kinds of them? We understood how have these currencies in generally, they have grown or evolved over time. Evolution of the currencies, right? So intrinsic value being equal to the value of currency. Then later we also understood about the fiat currencies, and now digital currencies, evolution of currencies. We also understood that these digital currencies are of specifically many kinds, but in three kinds is what we largely dealt with. We understood the difference between them, the comparison, how each of them are beneficial or are adverse to the government. What are the issues? So what are the issues that are caused through them? What are the advantages? And how is the government moving ahead in this particular scenario, right? So this is what covers the topic of digital currency. And if you have questions, please put them down around this, right? If you have some discussions to make, please put down a comment. We will be able to get back and understand digital currencies better through this. This is what is the scenario as of now from the end of the government. All right. So all the people, if you like this initiative, share some love through likes, comments, and shares. And we will meet you tomorrow evening, right? Tomorrow is Thursday, and we will meet you with the current affairs. Tomorrow we will take the class from, I'll take it from my home because this region has elections happening, and therefore the institution will remain closed. All right. So see you tomorrow evening for the current affairs. There are questions, please put them down. Lost Soul asked me, sir, do you invest in stock market? Yes, I used to invest earlier, lost big time. So right now I have not invested anything. All right. Thank you, Bhavani. Thank you, Ashish. Thank you, all the other people joining here. Respect your commitment, and I will see you live tomorrow evening, right? So thank you for participation. See you tomorrow evening.